Okay guys, we finally got the parts in stock. It's this little cable here. It's called the main motherboard flex for the OnePlus Pro. This cable should never be broken, but whoever broke it, let it be OnePlus themselves, I don't know. But we're gonna go ahead and finish up part 2 and assemble this phone. All right, we're gonna pop this back off here, only if you need to get under here for any particular reason. Okay, looks like we had to disconnect this cable here. Just a little extra before separating this. Seems to be coming loose easier. Just pulling on this cable here, or NFC connector, trying to loosen it up a little bit. I don't know if there's a screw under here or not, but I'm certainly getting some resistance, and there is, of course. The main cable that was cut. Looks like if you need to replace the camera, it's pretty easy from here. I'm going to clip that in. Pretty straightforward clip. And then we're going to put it back together. Just for that one cable to get clipped in. How nice. I try to put the screws back in the same spot I found them. Sometimes in phones they can be longer or shorter in certain areas. All right. Now that we got all the screws in there, let's see if we can test this. Very important to make sure your frame is perfectly clean. No glass anywhere. I use alcohol to make sure. I can't remember if I tested this, so I'm trying again. So just lifting up everything out of our way here for a second. I'm just rotating this cable over here. Lining it up and clicking it on. It's harder than it looks. It takes time and skill to learn to get good at that. Put the speaker back in here. I feel like there should be another clip here, but I can't find one. Oh, there it is. At the moment, it doesn't feel like it's sitting down just perfectly, like something's blocking it. We'll take a look as we get a screw in here. There is a bracket that is missing. Oh, this bracket here. Let's pop this out and see if we can figure out the issue. I'll break this cable too. It might go underneath it here. It's been, I think, like a week and a half since I've touched this, so I'm not perfect. I don't remember everything. I'm just trying to flatten that spot out that I poked a little bit. Looks like it's fine and not in between one of those little lines, thank God. I'm just trying to get this wiring to sit down nice. All right, I'm gonna put this piece in. Now it's feeling better, but not quite perfect. It looks like this screw does not belong there yet. It's interesting, but it belongs here. We got screw holes already set up. Here, here, or here. Okay. Oh, that feels better. Okay, great. And then let's get this bracket in here where it belongs. Slides under there and probably clamps down. Yep. That's it. OnePluses are always over-engineered, so they make them very difficult to work on. Whatever you do, do not put too much pressure on this while you're working on it. I'm just screwing in one screw only for now. We'll focus on making sure the screen works and everything. I'm gonna go ahead and take this off, and then we're gonna test it. See if it's charged. It is. That's charging. I just warmed this up, and the glue is not good, so we're gonna go ahead and just rub it off. It is a little toasty because I had it on my heat mat. And just make sure that's working. Nice. And charger is working because that's one of the cables we replaced. Nice. Looks like it's all working. Most of this glue just rubs off, so while I'm rubbing this off, we're going to just fast forward through it and let this charge for a minute. Alright, we got the back perfectly cleaned and it's ready to be installed. This is charging and working, so we're going to go ahead and just turn it off. See if it let us open up the screen at all. It does enough. So we're going to use T7000. Some people like to use tape, but I like T7000. Make sure you don't get any glue in the ear speaker there. That would be bad. Get down there as far as we can without moving the display. Okay, let's try to line up the display now. And we'll just lift it up a little bit over here and finish our glue. Any excess glue, not a problem. Just wipe up and clean up later. You just don't want it in the camera lens. That's the most important thing. That and the ear speaker. Oh, and also the fingerprint reader. All kinds of things you don't want to get the glue in. Let's put our screen protector back over so we don't scratch or damage anything. Now, when you finalize this repair, there's a couple ways you can put it back together. Or clamp it, I should say. My favorite way, and the only way I'm going to show, is packing tape. I'm going to tape it together and tell the customer to leave it on overnight. Preferably 24 hours, but a minimum of 2 hours if you need to use the phone. The other option is you can put it under a stack of books. Make sure your rear camera lens is clean and there's nothing on your rear camera lens. Putting the SIM card tray back in. Lots of extra glue, guys. Not a problem though. So we can wipe it up and clean it up afterwards. We'll close our T7000. Let's put some pressure down for a good, let's say 1 minute. Okay, so we're gonna take some alcohol, microfiber rag, came up, so much for pressure. Let's clean off any of the excess there'll probably be some more after you tape it, and you just tell the customer, if you have a customer, that there might be some extra left over. I'm gonna be able to get it all, but this phone definitely needs to be under pressure as it keeps on coming up. Important not to put the tape over power buttons and volume buttons, because you'll cause a reset. But also, taping it multiple times is also a pain in the rear. You don't want to have to do that. So you can just cut it out. Pull really hard to make sure you have it taped down correctly, and it has that clamping pressure. If anything, this phone is fairly loose in my opinion, so I'd still recommend putting it under some immediate pressure for about 20 minutes if you can. You just don't want it to fall out. Okay, we're gonna take our X-Acto knife here. Just gonna cut out that volume button. The other option is you can use tape, but you still, even with Tessa tape, you should put it onto some clamping presses so it has water resistance. One thing I like about this liquid glue is you keep your water resistance, and also it's fairly easy to put on. I literally use T7000 for everything I do. Okay, buttons are all working good. Okay, so now the bottom is coming up a little bit, so guess what? Gotta tape the bottom. Since I put all the pressure the other direction last time, we're gonna go from bottom up since we have to do front and back on this one. It still wants to be a little bit spongy. Not a problem, just work with it as you go. Just press down as tight as you can, pull. It should give you a nice tight seal. For the most part, I'm satisfied. It can be a little bit spongy. Do one more. There we go. That tape is on super tight, and now I'm satisfied. One thing I did fail to mention is if you can check the fingerprint reader. I could not because I don't have access to it and the customer's not here. But overall, a very successful repair. We got that cable fixed. I'm really excited about that. And don't order it with a frame replacement or you're going to have a nightmare. If you do need a frame replacement and your OnePlus is really screwed up, you can always ship in your phone and we'll be glad to do screen only. With frame, I haven't done a frame video yet, so if someone's phone is bent, I'll be glad to do it, but just it's gonna cost more, just letting you know. So Thanks for watching, guys. Please like and subscribe, and more videos, more detailed videos coming in the future, and hopefully eventually the actual OnePlus 9 video, because this is just the Pro, so we'll see. Thanks for watching. See you guys. Bye.